The NBA is a league filled with excitement, competition, and epic moments. Beyond the three-point shots and spectacular plays, there are rules that are curious and, in many cases, outlandish. While most fans know the basic rules, several go unnoticed, adding a touch of humor and uniqueness to the game. But before we get started, if you love our content and want to see more, make sure to smash that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Your support means the world to us. We'll start with the TV timeout rule, but don't be too clever. Teams are required to call at least one timeout per quarter to allow for commercials to be broadcast on television. If a team has used up all its timeouts in the fourth quarter, and a coach or player mistakenly calls another one, they will automatically be assessed a technical foul. More than one game has been lost due to this kind of mistake. Next up is the prohibition of traveling during free throws. Although the traveling rule is well known, few people know that during a free throw, players cannot be penalized for this infraction if they are on the line. This means that a player can take steps before taking the shot, something that would be totally unacceptable in any other part of the game. This curiosity adds a comical element when watching a player try to take the shot in an artistic way, moving with style before taking it. Next up is the disaster draft rule. In the unfortunate event that an entire team were to perish, an emergency disaster draft would be activated. The other 29 franchises would protect 5 of their current players, with the rest being automatically selectable. However, only one player could be chosen from each team. Let's hope this rule never has to be applied. This rule was created after the Lakers experienced a plane crash on January 17, 1960, while returning from a game. Fortunately, all the players survived, but this near-death experience prompted NBA officials to establish this rule. Moving on to the next rule, the visiting team chooses which basket they will start attacking. Usually, they choose the one located next to their bench so that their coach can adjust the offensive movements at the beginning of the game. However, there are always exceptions, like Greg Popovich of the Spurs, who like to go against the norm. Next, we have the prohibition of excessive celebrations. The NBA allows celebrations after a spectacular play, but if a player goes overboard, the referee can penalize them. This has led to funny moments where players must contain their euphoria, sometimes resulting in comical gestures or absurd dances. It creates a balance between celebration and the risk of a penalty. Some players love to walk this fine line, either to become more media-friendly and well-known, or because of their confrontational personalities. Now we will look at the banned number rule. In 2000, Dennis Rodman signed with the Mavericks and wanted to wear 69 as his jersey number. Mark Cuban, the owner, agreed and ordered 10,000 Rodman jerseys with the number 69 on them. However, when the league found out, they were not very satisfied. They put it to a vote and ultimately decided to ban the number 69. Leaving Rodman with no other option than to wear number 70. Continuing the list, we have the no Twitter rule. The NBA needed to control their players' social media usage, which is why there's a rule prohibiting them from using Twitter during certain times. In the late 2000s, when Twitter first launched, players immediately got addicted and started tweeting some crazy stuff, like when Shaq announced that he farted or Kevin Durant threatened people. Some players were even tweeting during their own games. So in 2009, the NBA created a rule prohibiting players from tweeting during practice and games, and it allows the league to fine them thousands of dollars for offensive tweets. Next, we have the ball-grabbing rule. What if I told you that in the NBA, touching yourself is illegal? Yes, in the 2004 playoffs, during a game between the Kings and the Timberwolves, with Minnesota winning with just 30 seconds left, Sam Cassell grabbed the ball and went nuts. Yes, this guy grabbed his crotch, and it was just the beginning of a ball-grabbing epidemic. From that point on, NBA players banded together and started grabbing their crotches like it was a job. In 2010, the NBA had enough and created a rule that says players who touch their own or others' crotches will be fined up to $25,000. With a punishment like that, you would think players would stop, but no. They keep on fixing their balls, and it's costing them a lot. Since the rule was enforced, Players have been fined over $200,000. For all this, the NBA should be more lenient. It's as if they hate having fun. In the ninth rule, we see free throws by the referees. If a referee makes a mistake, such as missing or incorrectly calling a foul, there is a chance that the affected team will receive free throws as compensation. These types of situations are rare, but they do occur on occasion, and often result in laughter and murmurs among the fans, who never expect that a referee can influence the game so much in that way. Next, we have the noise chair rule. In some games, the benches must be kept quiet while the opposing team shoots free throws. If the bench interferes with noise or distractions, the referee can penalize them. This type of penalty can lead to comical moments, where players must contain their laughter and excitement, creating a fun and sometimes chaotic environment at the free throw line. This rule has caused fans to lose thousands of dollars due to a few seconds of chatter, leading to multiple complaints to the NBA about its lack of tolerance in these matters. Continuing the list, we have the don't rest on your laurels rule. Whether you are a good shooter or not, whether you are up or down by 40 points, or whether you depend on that free throw to win the game, when you visit the line, you always have 10 seconds to shoot the free throw. Otherwise, you will lose the opportunity to score, and possession will pass to the opponent. Although this does not affect your free throw percentage. Next, we have the technical foul for breaking the backboard. It has happened many times in NBA history that players are so strong they end up breaking the backboards during games. Shaquille O'Neal holds the record for the most cases of this type. Although today's NBA backboards have been reinforced and are more difficult to break, if this situation were to occur, the basket would not count, and a technical foul would be called. Moving on to the penultimate rule, we have prohibited items in the NBA. Many items have been banned by the NBA for its players and fans, even if they are not used correctly. Among these banned items are black masks. LeBron James made the black mask, which served to protect his nose, famous, but the NBA decided to ban it. It seems that only Kobe Bryant and Kyrie Irving were lucky enough to use them as well. And lastly, the no farting rule. One of the more exotic and lesser-known rules in the NBA is the prohibition of farting during games. This rule, although unwritten, came about due to the actions of well-known player Dwight Howard, who was seen farting on several occasions to the point where his own teammates reported him. Although there is no formal sanction stipulated in the rules, referees and officials can warn and penalize players who behave inappropriately or disruptively on the court. The NBA, with its focus on innovation and the continuous evolution of the game, has a number of rules that go beyond the ordinary. Knowing these rules allows us to further appreciate the complexity and attention to detail that characterizes the NBA, reminding us that behind every play and every game, there's a set of rules that keep the sport at its highest level. We want to hear from you. Which rules did you not know about? Which ones do you think are useless? Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Remember, our channel is all about celebrating the legends of the game and the amazing stories behind them. Stay tuned for more great content, and as always, keep the passion for sports alive. See you in the next video.